fast tonight. I'm here to show the money. Is anybody want to know anything about how we get paid? Before I do that, you see, it's real important that we talk just for a few seconds about mindset. Because if you don't have the right mindset, it doesn't matter what I say here, it doesn't matter what the slides say, you won't get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mr. Silas King was here last night, and he talked for a brief second about suspending your suspicions. Does that make sense? You see, this opportunity is so simple, Pastor, that sometimes people just don't get it because it's so simple. Has anybody in here besides myself heard of coffee before? Right? Coffee. Coffee, right? Somebody in here I know right now is looking for the hook. It's coffee. Mr. Dennis laid the clues down. Are people getting paid from coffee?
Yeah.
One of the things that I saw the other day, I was pulling up my computer, and I saw this big sign about Subways is now in some markets testing Subway Cafe. And they showed the pictures, and they were more lavish than Starbucks.
Come on.
Mr. Dennis talked about it. There are clues in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And again, I have to get you to understand this because if you don't, you'll miss it. I'm just going to tell you a quick story. About 6 years ago, a business partner of mine, he always was privy to different business opportunities and things that were taking place. He brought 2 opportunities to the table that we could have invested in at the time. The first one, is anybody familiar with a billboard? Right? With a billboard, you put a sign on the billboard, it's advertising, right? And people see it. It was just a matter of time before somebody came up with the concept that one advertisement means one paycheck. But if you can have a billboard that shows multiple advertisements, you can have multiple paychecks, right? We didn't see the clues, and we didn't invest. Has anybody besides myself seen the billboards that show multiple advertisements? Right? The second thing he brought to us also, he said, listen, there's somebody, and I don't even remember how, they had this concept. At the time it was called, I think, movies in a box. Movies in a box. For $1, you'll be able to rent movies. That's crazy. Blockbusters has a lockdown on everything. That sounds crazy. Because we didn't look at the clues in the marketplace, we didn't invest. Anybody ever heard of Redbox?
Yeah.
They put Blockbusters out of business, right? Out of business. This is important to understand, family, because how many guests, any guests paying to get in here tonight? It was free, right? There was no cost, correct? I want to share this with you. There is a cost. You came in this room free tonight, but when you look at the information doesn't cost you anything. But because it doesn't cost you anything, if you don't pay attention, it can cost you everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you miss out on it. So for a little bit of time, suspend your disbelief. And what I'm going to share with you is how this company, regardless if you believe it or not, they're paying people very well to share this opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody give yourself a round of applause. We got to give anything going on. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Profits are better than Mr. Pinkston, turn around. Whoever's laughing, they're doing their personal development. Whoever's not laughing, they're wrong. I know we're doing their personal development. You get that way wrong. You're in business, sir. Let's talk about the first way we get paid. Everybody say first way.
First way.
The first way we get paid is what we call retail sales. Now, I need you to understand this. If this were the only way that we got paid, it would be enough. Mr. Dennis alluded to the fact that McDonald's made over $24 billion with one way of getting paid. By people coming into their establishment and buying coffee. I didn't say million, I said $24 billion. Totally changed the marketplace. Am I the only one that noticed that there's no more Ronald McDonald on TV? Right or wrong?
Right.
When's the last time you seen a hamburger on TV? Right? You haven't. Because what McDonald's said, with that type of money, $24 billion, there's no time for clowning around. So just the first way we get paid is huge. We earn anywhere from 50 to 500% profit. Say 500%.
500%.
When do you know you can do legal and get a 500% profit?
Yeah.
That's why so many places are selling coffee. That's why 7-Eleven, Wawa changed their entire store. No, just the coffee section, right? Because there's huge profits in coffee. Let me share with you what we're able to do. Retail sales, we're able to buy low and sell high, but our high is still lower than what they're selling out in the marketplace. Make sense? Right. This box of coffee, as a distributor, we pay $15. There's 30 cups of coffee in here. So if you do the math, that's 50 cents for a cup of coffee, right? At 100% markup, we sell it for $1 a cup. Is that still cheaper than what people are paying?
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? That's just retail sales. And the thing that's so phenomenal about it is that's hit national bank money, right? We're able to put that money right into our pockets, right? Let me share this with you so the people that don't understand this, are you a coffee drinker? Let me tell you, and I appreciate that. I'm personally not a coffee drinker. I drink a lot of our teas, hot chocolate, and I've started to like the mochas. I'm almost embarrassed to say it because I've been so long not being a coffee drinker. When you give a sample to somebody of coffee, they come back for more. Bottom line, they come back for more. Now let me share with you how you take that 100% and turn it to 200, 300, 400%. Miss Nicole Cologne right here, give her a round of applause. Go to what they call the Harvest Fest at an elementary school, where they were selling rocks and plants, and all the kids were selling these things so the school could make money. Does that make sense? But nobody was selling coffee. So she set up a little stand. And that same 50-cent cup of coffee, she took that out of the box. And she sold the black cups for $2. You think coffee drinkers would pay $2 for a cup of coffee?
Sure.
Right? We also have the latte, which has the cream and sugar already added in it. She broke it out the box. Now she sold this for $3 a cup. You think coffee drinkers would pay $3 for a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
What about the mocha? She broke the mocha box open and sold the mocha for $4 a cup. What's your return on investment? That's huge. And she sold out of coffee. Sold out of coffee. Retail sales is powerful. When you start working this business, you start thinking about bills and coffee, right? You got a light bill, that's 4 boxes of coffee, right? Put some gas in the car, 3 boxes of coffee. That's how it is. And the thing that's so phenomenal about it is you can't keep coffee on hand. You can't. Coffee drinkers are going to get their coffee regardless. Make sense? Some coffee drinkers might forget to kiss their husband and wife goodbye, but they never forget to get their coffee. Make sense? And there's several ways that we also are able to sell our coffee. Non-profit organizations. How many people know that non-profit organizations are hurt right now for money? Hurting for money, right? Special events, schools. Let me share this with you. Schools are always doing fundraisers, right? Right? They're selling the cookie dough. They're selling all types of stuff, like donuts, chocolate bars. It takes a lot of chocolate bars to send a kid to Spain for a field trip. Right or wrong?
Right.
The school doesn't have all the funds, so the kids have to raise the money. It takes a lot of donuts to go to Spain.
That's right.
But there's a huge markup in coffee. So a lot of schools now are taking a look at the healthier brand of coffee, right? To make that money. How about coffee jazz mixes? How about inviting some people over to your house and just offer them some cookies, conversation, and some coffee? Can anybody do that? Right? People do it all day, any day. You have Avon parties, you have Tupperware parties, don't we? We have all these different types of parties. When you have a coffee and jazz mixer, people come into your house, they see the coffee, and they naturally migrate to the coffee. It's easy. It's simple. Salons and spas, mall kiosks, gyms and health centers, person-to-person, fundraisers. There's so many different ways that we're going to share with you how to get your coffee out to the marketplace. And once you do, just be ready for a financial tsunami. That makes sense? That's the first way we get paid. Let's go to the second way we get paid. Fast track bonus. Give it up for fast track bonus. Y'all got to excuse me for a second because I'm one of those people that lost weight, so I can't keep my pants up. Scleroderma is no joke. Fast track bonus is what I like to refer to as a referral bonus, right? We refer people each and every day, don't we? Right? How many people in here saw Planet of the Apes? Was it a good movie? Definitely a good movie. I'm going to go see the movie just off some of the recommendations. Now, when I go see the movie, are you going to get a referral bonus? Are you going to get one? Are you going to get one? This gentleman right here owns a barber shop. He's a barber. If somebody gets a nice haircut, and they say, where'd you get that haircut from? And I say that I got it from this gentleman, Mr. Brown, and they go see this gentleman get their haircut, am I going to get a referral bonus? You already told me no. You see, we have to think about this in a business mind. Society has really conditioned us to use our network to make other people wealthy. We do it all day, every day.